Hey guys, this is AI Gaming 1776, and today we are doing Grand Theft Auto 5 with a GTX 960. Now, I'm going to show you where I'm at in a second. It's kind of a surprise where I am on the map. Alright, so I have not done a 960 video yet for this game, as crazy as that sounds. You'd think I would have, but I never got around to it. And this week, I put up 28, maybe 29 different games demonstrated with the GTX 745. Because believe it or not, the GTX 745 is, well, there's a lot of them out there because they come as an, hey, don't show the secret. The GTX 745 is this very weak graphics card, but it still has 4 gigs of VRAM, go figure, that comes with various computers. OEM. In America, you can't even, well, the United States, you can't even buy that graphics card. It just comes with computers. It's considered an OEM part. So there was a Steam sale this week, and I wanted to do a solid for my fellow GTX 745 owners. Now, I tell you this to say there's probably 28 different games featured, and they're all decent videos. Okay, there's a few that are not, but out of the 28, at least 15 or 20 of them are fairly good. And they make the games look good. And this is a very weak graphics card, and I think all but one of the games was played in 1080p, and I made those games look good. I'm kind of proud of that. So if you watch those videos, let's say you don't have a GTX 745, but you still have a kind of weak graphics card, maybe you don't have the 960 yet, and maybe you're thinking about upgrading to the 960, maybe you should check out those GTX 745 videos. Alright, so I'm going to show you a bunch of stuff in this video, alright? A bunch of stuff will be shown to you. But check out where I am. I am on top of the police station. I saved the game back in April on this rooftop because there was a helicopter up here. Now there's no ladder to get up here, alright? I had to climb and do all kinds of craziness to get up here. I guess not too much craziness, but it's enough craziness because you're going to see that the cops, even though this is the police station, you'd think that like the cops might come out of this door to get you. They do not. And I thought that was pretty interesting. I guess since I already told you that, I don't have to show you, but I'm going to show you anyway because I think it's hilarious to see the cops on the sidewalk and they can't get me. Holy crap. I didn't even shoot anyone yet. Now what they can do is they can send a helicopter. Alright? So we've already got 3 stars. They can send helicopters. Oh, let me turn the volume up in my headset so I can hear the helicopters. Alright. Here it comes. So they will not come up here unless they drop out of a helicopter. Now they can still shoot me from wherever they're at. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're shooting me from the ground. They're not up here. Alright, where's he at? I had 3 helicopters earlier, but I did not record it. Because I was doing some testing. And most of the video, was not good. Well, I didn't record it, so there's no video. But most of what I was doing wasn't very good anyway, so I wasn't recording. But I had 3 helicopters. I only got up to 4 stars, though. 4 stars got me 3 helicopters. So anyway, I just think it's funny. I think it's funny. So I'm using a GTX 960. I'll show you the settings here in a minute. Look how good this looks. This is the 2 GB version. It's an EVGA for the win edition of the GTX 960. It has an 8-pin power plug on it. And actually, I want to shoot that down. Alright, so it has an 8-pin power connector on it, and it's only the 2 GB model. And obviously, this game uses a lot of VRAM, even at 1080p, because I'm using ultra textures. I think that alone when you use a 2 GB card, it tries to stop you. But no, it looks good, and we're doing 60 frames per second. There's fraps in the upper right-hand corner. I should have had MSI Afterburner going to show you, like, there goes another copter, the VRAM and all that. I don't. But hopefully frame rate and just looking at the beauty will be good for this video. I can do an Afterburner one in the future. I haven't been using Afterburner at all this week. I shot the helicopter down much. Oh, and I'm dead. All right, so that was kind of fun. Not as fun as when I had 3 helicopters, but still kind of fun because I'm on top of the police station. You would think they would come out that door. All right, so look how pretty that is. Look at that sky. Yeah, the GTX 960 is not a chump card. Now, what's interesting is when this card came out, a lot of the benchmarking results, they were not impressive. Actually, watching benchmarking videos on YouTube, like the typical 15-minute unboxing and benchmarking type thing, it didn't seem too much better than a 750 Ti. Really. That's how I felt. But, so I didn't have high hopes for this card. And I don't know if it's all 960s are good, or if it's, because this is a 2 gig card, or if it's just the, what do you call it? The fact that it's a for the win card. I don't really know what the issue is. But this is a good card, man. It runs the game really well. So let me show you a couple things. I think it's this. Yeah. For the sake of consistency, when I do a demo with a graphics card for this game, I show this one part. So when I did it with the GTX 745, I did it. I think I may have done it with the 970. I'm not sure. I know that I did it with the PlayStation 4, and I'm going to do it here at the 960 also. It's just for the sake of consistency. By the way, this looks really good. Like that door's got some nice pop to it. And see how there's nice filtering, the front porch lighting and all that. Alright, you probably cannot hear the talking on the cutscene. Let me turn that up.
What do you want?
Man, I come by for that drink you offered, that's all.
I wasn't really serious about that.
What?
You're here, whatever. Sit.
Look how good their faces
You're not gonna
look.
rob me again.
Man, I never robbed you. That was just a repossession.
Okay. You call it whatever you want to call it.
Also, look at how well
I
this
don't
pops. Here, let me turn the volume down on this cutscene now. Alright, so check out their faces. Michael's for whatever reason is a little more impressive. He's got that stubble going on. That stubble looks really good. Notice the pop, how he pops from the chair, and the chair pops from like the background and the plants, and everything is nice and pretty and separated. I point all this out because on the PlayStation 4 version of this game, I have it on PS4, this is all flat, right? This doesn't have the pop. This exact same cutscene right here, it does not have the beautiful, nice pop. And that's what sells me on PC gaming. I'm going to say the word pop again. Is the pop. That's what sells me on it. All the money that PC gaming costs, all the hassle to try to play your games. If you want to play this game on PC, oh, look at his face. Look how good that looks. And this is, again, only a GTX 960. Now, I do this. I have a handful of pretty good Witcher 3 videos. with the 960. I have a really good one. It doesn't have a lot of views. It's only got like 200 views, 100 views, something like that. I have some Witcher 3 videos that have thousands of views. I'm a small channel, so thousands, like when some have thousands and some have hundreds, that's like a distinction for this channel. I'm not bragging or anything, but it does give me some kind of metric to compare popularity of videos on the channel. Anyway, the point is, with The Witcher 3, I have this video where I show how great The Witcher 3 looks with a 960. And I go on and on about the fact that it is just a 960. Alright, this phone call for some reason is kind of loud, even when I have the volume down. I'm just waiting for that little phone to go away. Alright. So, and the point is the 960 can kill it in some games. I mean, just smash in ways that you would not expect. If you look at the specs of the GTX 960, and if you watch benchmarking videos and you see the results that they post, you won't be ready for how good at least this particular card that I have looks. And maybe I have a good one. I don't know. Mine's constantly running at almost 1500 clock speed. And I don't overclock it, but the Maxwell architecture, the way it works, is it will turbo boost when it has headroom. You know, whether it's thermal or whatever's going on. If your power supply is giving it enough power and the card's not too hot. It's got a core clock speed, but Maxwell will turbo boost if it can. And my GTX 960 is constantly right around 1500 for the on the clock. That's what Afterburner shows. So I don't know if I have a good 960 that's better than others. I would love to test other 960s, like from MSI and Asus and Gigabyte. Even a reference one. I would like to test them. Unfortunately, all I have is this one. Look how good the tiles look. See the stonework here? It's got so much separation, so much pop. I mean, this is a strong image. Now, I have a GTX 970 as my normal card, right? Like, I have different cards for the sake of benchmarking, for the sake of testing, so I can post videos on this channel. Not just so I can post videos, but so I can have the knowledge and so I can share that knowledge with you. But the 970 is my daily card. Now, I tell you that because my 970, honestly, doesn't pop as hard as this does. Now, my 970 runs at a higher frame rate. My 970 runs more MSAA filtering. My 970 runs more graphical settings, and overall it looks better. And my 970 will keep 60 frames per second in more games than this. It just will, because this is just a 960. But the pop, this 960 pops so damn hard. I mean, it pops like a freaking DreamWorks movie. There's so much separation. There's so much contrast. And that's really interesting because they're both, my 970 is an EVGA also. They're both EVGA, they're both NVIDIA, they're both Maxwell. So I don't know what it is, but look at how clearly those black markings pop against the white tiles on the staircase, and then look at the grouting, the white grouting in between the tiles. Everything is just amazing how well it pops, and that sells PC gaming to me. Because on the PlayStation 4, this is all flatter. The PlayStation 4 is like a piece of paper, and this is like, I don't have a comparison. I wasn't ready to make this analogy. I don't have a comparison. Look at the tiles on the paving stones here. They're friggin' beautiful. Let me show you the settings, guys. I've kept you waiting long enough. Let me show you the settings. Go to graphics. See how we are in the red? See how I'm using 2.5 gigabytes out of 2 gigs? So let me tell you my theory on this graphics card. And again, I don't know if it's all 960s. I don't know. But let me tell you something. My GTX 970, when I push it past its limits, it quits, right? The games crap out on me. Frames are dropping. Screen tearing. Stuttering. Playing like crap. That's my 970. When I push it past its limits, okay? The 960, when I push it past its limits, it keeps going. I'm serious. Even when frame rates get low. Okay, so let me give you an example. With my 970, let's say I'm playing Far Cry 4. Here, I'll scroll through these in a minute. I just want to make my point real quick. So, with the 970, if I'm playing Far Cry 4 and I push it past its limits, which that game, even at 1080p, if you completely max it out, it's too much for a 970. The game looks good on a 970, don't get me wrong, but you can't max it out and play at 60 frames per second. That's not going to happen. So anyway, my 970 just gives up, right? It'll stutter, it'll play like crap, and it's just like, okay, I got to change some settings. Not this card. Not the 960. The 960 hangs on, man. The 960, like a dog, just like with a death grip on your ankle, and you can't get that dog off your leg. That's what the 960 does with games. And that's my 960. You might buy a 960 and might not have the same experience, all right? So don't go buy a 960 based on what I tell you and then get mad if it doesn't work out. But my 960, my EVGA for the Win Edition 960 is a champion. Like, I'm serious. And these settings, this is almost the same settings that I use with my 970. And you've seen the game's been around 60 frames per second most of the time. All right, 1920 by 1080, 60 hertz. Let's scroll down. I turn FXAA off. Now, don't get me wrong. I actually like the combination of FXAA and MSAA4. I like those two together. But neither one of my graphics cards that I used for the most part can handle that. They can a little bit sometimes here and there, but so this is what I can always handle is just MSAA times 2. TXAA, I don't like it. I don't use it. VSync's on, but I'll turn it off later. All right, look. Density, variety, scaling, that's all maxed. Texture quality is very high. I'll let you know what is and isn't maxed. Okay, that's maxed, that's maxed. That's not maxed, obviously, it's normal. Which in this game, normal is like low or medium. Alright, so let me bring it down. Okay, shadow quality not maxed. Reflection quality not maxed. Reflection MSAA not maxed. Water quality normal, that's not maxed. Particles quality not maxed. Grass quality not maxed. Soft shadows are soft. I prefer soft. You put it wherever you want. Post effects ultra. Motion blur off. Depth of field on. Ambient occlusion is maxed. Tessellation is not maxed. Alright. Now I do one better. Always do this if your graphics card will let you. Extended distance scaling. 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I actually have an example for you right here. Now, my 960 is maxed right now. We're going to have to assume it is. Okay, it's using 2.5 gigs of VRAM according to that little thing up there. It's in the red, and we're still holding 60 frames per second. So I'm in a position where I'm lucky my 960 is doing as well as it is. But my 970 with 3 clicks of that distance, here, let me show you again. This thing I told you to do 3 clicks of, it's in advanced graphics. Extended distance scaling. Alright. So 3 clicks of that and my 970 behaves slightly differently. What that extended distance scaling does, and I can tell it's not working on my 960, and I think it's because like I'm overworking the card, so like something has to give and that's what's giving. What extended distance scaling does is, I'm going to show you. In this game, you'll be walking up to a car and the wheels might change as you approach the car, right? Like the car will have one style of wheels. Like that's the placeholder wheels for when you're far away from it. But as you get closer to it, the wheels might change. All right, extended distance scaling makes sure stuff like that doesn't happen. Okay, 3 clicks of it seems to be sufficient. You'll still see stuff pop in here and there, but it's not too annoying. All right, now this is someplace I always notice it. Again, my 970 handles it better. All right, that garage isn't opening. But the way this garage works is, I'm on a mission, so I can't go in the garage. So the way this garage works is as you walk into it, if you don't have extended distance scaling clicked up, what you're going to see is the roof tiles in that garage will change, and even the lights in the garage will change, and it's stupid. And, you know, this is Michael's safe house, so, like, if you go in this house a lot, you're going to see it. So that's one of the things I noticed. So let me turn it off, right? So there's the wheels. It's got the spokes on it. It looks like 12 spoke or something. Let's go over here. Let me turn the extended distance scaling off. It may not do it in this demonstration right here, especially because that car is like a mission vehicle. But the oh my goodness, but the wheel changing thing is something I've noticed a lot. Oh, by the way, this card punches so damn hard, guys. Look how good that bush looks. Now, I've played this game with different graphics cards. My 970 and my 960 can make these bushes pop. But it's, listen, when we talk about PC gaming, it is not just about frame rates. Like, everybody is addicted to frame rates and resolution, right? 1080p, 1440p, 4K, 60 frames per second, 144 frames. You guys are, not you guys, and I mean this, I'm not trying to talk about you, but PC gamers seem addicted to numbers, which, okay, numbers are important because they are a quantifiable metric. Like, what did I say earlier when I was talking about my YouTube channel? Some of my videos, I have videos that only have 3 views on them. 3 views. I got other videos that have 20,000 views. I've got a video with 50,000 views. And yet, I also have a video with 3 views. Okay? So numbers are important because they are a quantifiable metric. Alright? But they're not everything. So, this bush, which hopefully you're not too annoyed with me for making such a big deal out of it, freaking almost sparkles. Alright? You can see that thing looks texturized, right? Like, okay, look, you know a ceiling inside of a house, how the ceiling can be flat, or maybe the ceiling can have dimples, or if it's like an old house from the 1970s or the 1980s, then you can have like really sharp texturing on the ceiling. That was like a thing that was in style then, that sharp, rough texturing. This bush has texturing. It's not just a big flat green polygon. You can see all up in there, it looks convincing. And then literally the icing on top of the cake, you can see stray little pine needles sticking up on that bush. And you can see this on all of the bushes and the evergreen trees in his yard, and it adds to the game, guys. It really does. It's those kind of details. So let's go do some action, and also let's see if the wheels change. Remember, they look the same from here. Like I can tell. Let me run out into the street real quick, because extended distance scaling helps with pop-in. I could have saved you 2 minutes of your life and just said that. But when I make these videos, I try to be thorough, right? Like, you guys can never accuse me of shortchanging you when it comes to these videos. I'm not gonna just half-ass it. I could have had this video up a long time ago, but to be honest with you, I did a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5 videos. I feel like I did one for the 970. I may or may not have. I definitely did one for the 745. Here, let's play the game without the scaling on and see if we notice pop-up as we naturally play it instead of just looking for it. Yeah, it's off. Okay. So I did a straight up GTX 745 video for this game. And then I did a GTX 745 versus the PlayStation 4 video for this game. You guys should check that out. And I told you, like, what's good on the console in this game. What's good with the 745 in this game. I did multiple videos for the game. So, at the time, I could have done... You know what? I actually don't think I owned a 960 at that point. That's probably why I didn't do it. But even if I did, at the time, I didn't really feel like I had anything to add. Now, I could have just done a 960 video, and it would have got views for my channel. People probably would have clicked on it, out of, you know, because they're curious about the game. They might have accidentally found the video, whatever. But I don't half-ass my videos for you guys. I put a lot of effort into these videos. Oh, crap, I need to turn the music off. Because copyright claims are real, folks. I don't know if this game has them for the radio music or not, but I don't want to take the chance. So, we're at 60 frames per second with all those settings that I showed you turned up. And you can't tell me this doesn't look beautiful. You cannot sit there and tell me... And this is 1080p. See, and this is what I said in my Witcher video. This is 1080p with a GTX 960, and I don't care who you are, this looks good. If Jay's 2 cents came over to my house right now while I'm filming this, and looked at my screen right now, and saw this game running, and I didn't tell him it's a 960, and I didn't tell him we're at 1080p, and I didn't tell him what monitor I have, if he just walked in the room and saw this on, he would say this looks good. You know? Like, now he might, after 5 seconds, be like, oh, this is clearly in 1080p. But he would say this looks good. And Jay's 2 cents, in case you don't know, like, go check his channel out. He does a lot of hardware videos, like a lot of like motherboards, graphics cards, processors. He does a lot of hardware. Anyway, Jay's 2 cents, that guy has, is it an 8-core? I think he's got an 8-core i7, I think. It's at least an 8-core. And then it's a $1,000 processor. And then he has 3 Titan X's. 3 Titan X's water-cooled in his computer. Alright? And Jay's 2 cents would tell you that this looks good, because it does. Oh man, Franklin died. I don't like this mission anyway, so that's cool. That's cool. Let's exit. We're not going to retry. We are not going to retry it. I said... Okay, yes. Alright, so check this out. Look at the daylight beauty. Now, a lot of people have said... Wow. The autosave thing is very obnoxious in this game. It forces you to autosave right then and there, and if you don't, then it threatens to turn autosaving off. And then, so like, imagine if you forget to turn the autosaving on, you're going to have a problem. Anyway, a lot of people, we're at 60 frames per second. A lot of people have said during the daytime, this game gets lower frame rates than the nighttime, and we're still getting 60 frames per second. This graphics card is a killer. Now, what I've noticed, though, is, and I have noticed this graphics card does not always use the settings I tell it to if it's overwhelmed. Let me try to explain this a little bit better. I've played games where I've clearly gone past this graphics card's limits, and I've set something for ultra, and I can tell that it's really giving me very high. It's not ultra. Like, I can tell the difference. But like when the action slows down in the game, I'm trying to get on the city streets is what I'm trying to do right now. So when the action slows down in the game, here, let's change to Franklin. It will kind of like bounce up to ultra, like it's like where I want it to be. So this card is like Scotty in Star Trek, just giving it all she's got, you know? Like, just giving it. Look at all that pop. Now, this is actually kind of boring geometry right here. But then, like, you see that sign and you see that rooftop. Look at the pop. The billboard, the buildings in the background. Everything has real depth, real separation. And, like, PS4 cannot touch this. Now, why do I bring that up? Because this is a GTX 960, man. This is not a 980. This is not a 980 Ti. This is not a Titan. This is not an R9 290 or an R9 290X or an R9 295. It's none of that. This is just a lowly 260 with 2 gigabytes of VRAM. And it's killing it. Alright, I have not seen any pop-up with the extended scaling down, so it's making me look like a liar. If you guys, you may not, I don't know how familiar you are with this channel, with my videos. I will tell you something sometimes, and then I will try to demonstrate it, and then it doesn't happen the way I said it would happen. And sometimes it's kind of funny. Sometimes it's kind of annoying, because I've seen the wheels pop in on these cars like 400 times, so I know it happens, but then it's not happening when I make this video. Now, it's possible the game's been patched. I actually have not played this game since The Witcher 3 came out. That is no joke. See, look, there goes the autosave. I have not played this game since like the 3rd week of May. So, and here it is, the middle of June when I'm recording. It's towards the end of June. It's June 20th as I record this. Now, I had the game saved here, and I'm showing you this because this is pretty. Like, there's sunset, and there's nice lighting effects. I liked how I had the... There we go. I like that. That's pretty cool. Alright, so this isn't like spaceship laser beams and stuff lighting effects. But the practical lighting effects in this game are really good. As a matter of fact, Franklin's house has nice lighting effects. So does the outside of Michael's house. So inside Franklin's house, outside of Michael's house. But see that? Oh man, let me look on the other computer. I use 2 computers to make my videos, guys. Yeah. I'm looking, because my gaming monitor and my other computer's monitor, they're different. Like, one's a TN panel and one's IPS, so they will look different, obviously. But one of the cool things about the way I do this is I get to see how it looks on both styles as I make the video in real time. So yeah, all right, look at this, and see as it gets darker. So like, you got, okay, just bear with me. I know I bored you with the bush, but just please bear with me. All right, look. You got the pink sky to your left over the fence, but then you have darkness along the wall. The wall's lit up a little bit, and then you have darker sky over here, and you've got like the city lights in the distance, and then you have the light over that garage door. And, oh, let me climb the ladder and check out the sky. The lighting engine in this game is just sick. I mean, it is so beautiful. Oh, and look at this. Depth of field. I told you guys in the Tomb Raider video that in some games depth of field helps, in some games it does not. In this game, depth of field is good. See how that building's out of focus in the background, and there's cars going along the bridge in the background? So good. This is only 1080. Imagine if I could afford to game in 4K. And I do mean afford to game, because first of all, the monitor costs a lot of money. To get even a cheap 4K monitor is like $500 or $600, like the cheapest I've seen one. They typically go for about $700 or $800, probably even more. Look at that sky, and then look at that sky. You cannot front. You cannot say that this is not pretty. And then I like how, depending on how you move the camera, you can have stuff in the foreground and stuff in the background. Like, if you're a fan of parallax scrolling, you'll know what I mean. Like, this is not parallax scrolling, but the idea of like different things, foreground, background. Look at that. That's like not even overly impressive what you see in front of you here, but it's nice. It's so pleasant. Can you tell that I like making these videos? Because I do. I love seeing how games work. I love just picking their engines apart. And we've been 60 frames per second most of the time. Let me show you these settings again. If you've played this game, you know these settings are good. Let me tell you something. So Jay's 2 cents did a benchmark of the R9 290 or the R9 290X with 8 gigabytes of VRAM. And in my opinion, it did not look as good as what my 960 looks right here, going off his footage. And I don't even think he could run as high of settings as what I'm running, if I remember. Alright, so 1920 by 1080, 60 hertz, FXAA off, MSAA times 2. Sorry. With this game, I like to get it all boxed up here and then go down. Population density, population variety, density scaling, all maxed out. Texture quality is maxed. Shader quality maxed. Shadow quality not maxed. I told you guys this before, but this is bananas. Anisotropic filtering times 16 is not, you know, like bragging rights. The 745 can do that. The GTX 745. But this is so freaking good, guys. This looks so good. Look at this. And the lighting is just getting better and better and better as the sky gets dark. Because now you can really tell the headlights and the taillights on the cars. And there's that depth of field, out of focus effect. So the headlights are kind of fuzzy a little bit. This is so bananas. Now the geometry is a little bit simple on these cars. Because again, this was an Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 game. So it's not perfect. It's not like the most amazing thing you've seen in your life, but it's good. It's very good. Alright, how do I get down from here? How do I get down from here? I'm going to go to Franklin's house is what I'm going to do, which is like right down the street. I'm going to go to his house as soon as I get off of this garage. There's the ladder. And I didn't even get enough water to make this video, but I'm going to persevere. Let me try to get some water from under this ice. I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna persevere. Look at the brickwork. Look at the grass coming up through the cracks. This is so beautiful. All right, I'm gonna try to quit nerding out over here. I'm kind of crossing the line into, you know, like being impressed with everything. But look at this. Come on, man. You can't front on this. Look at that lighting. You know what would make this game better? If you could go in every single house. Because the houses that you can go in, the safe houses, I love the interiors. I love the lighting quality, the furniture. I love look at that lighting, guys. Here's the thing. Again, this is not spaceships and lasers and stuff. I think I saw pop in with the lighting just now. Yeah. See that? See that? See that? See that? You look underneath the canopy there. Extra lighting pops in when you get closer. See that? Let's do extended distance scaling. Oh, come on, man. I'm trying to do a demo. Actually, let's be scientific. Let's see where it pops in now. These cars need to get out of here. Alright. Alright, so you literally have to be on the sidewalk here to make those extra lights pop on. Okay? See, you walk away, they pop off. Alright. So let's go way over here to hopefully try to make sure it's not, you know, like still in the RAM or whatever. And there's probably some of you that like know how graphics cards work and you think that what I just said was stupid, so I apologize for that. I've learned that on the internet, you know, like if people think you're stupid, they really want to let you know. Which I'm fine with, guys. I was in the military. There's nothing that you can say that's worse than what I've seen or heard. So don't get me wrong. I just know that like I said that wrong. Okay, so it's advanced. 3 clicks, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 3 clicks. Come on. All right, so we had to get onto the sidewalk to make the extra light pop out of that canopy. And maybe we still do, because I don't see it yet. But let's see if this will properly demonstrate. No. Well, maybe. No. Still on this. That's weird. I know, you know what? Maybe because I'm overdoing it with the graphics card. Again, it's in the red and I have too many settings. Maybe it's allowing me to click it and my frame rate is not going down. But I'm still not going to see the benefit. And that's what I was trying to explain to you. So like with my GTX 970, if I click something and the game's not going to display what I've chosen, if I tell it to do 3 clicks of extended scaling and the game's not going to be able to handle it, the way my 970 responds is the game just stutters and plays like crap. So I'm like, oh, okay, I turn that setting back down. Whereas on this game, it will allow you to select something. Your frame rate will not go down, but you also won't see the thing you told it to show you. So, I don't know, man. Every graphics card is different, even when they're from the same manufacturers. Oh, that's right. I'm going to Franklin's house, so let's snatch us a car. I was going to get that station wagon to be funny, but it ran off. Hey, don't hit me. Look how good this looks. I'm telling you, man. This is a nice looking video game. Alright, so let us go to Franklin's house. I'll show you some lighting in there. You know, I was about to tell you to look at that skyline, but I gotta stop geeking out over the game. I gotta tone it down. It's a good looking game. You know I think it's good looking. I don't have to keep telling you that I think it's good looking. Alright. Oh, his house is over here. Come on, Franklin's house. Alright. And then, like, you can see the lights. Now, some settings in this game I can set higher than what I do. Like with my 970, I use almost these exact same settings. Some things are different. They're cranked up a little more. But with this game, some stuff just flat out looks good even on lower settings. Like reflection MSA ×2, you don't have to max that out. So you can already see there's nice lighting from that window coming through the curtain. And then there's nice, ah, shucks, it's going to start a mission. And I had wanted it to be nighttime. That's alright, we're going to quit the mission. Can I skip? Yeah, I can skip that. No! Let's go back in this house. Yeah, I had wanted it to be nighttime so the lights would be on. Oh, did you see that? Stuff popped in on that back door. I saw it. Listen, I don't want to be a part of your mission, guys. I just don't. Alright? How do I not do the mission? Replay mission. Mission. Yeah, I don't know, I might have to load a different save to get out of it. Okay, when I walk in, okay, lighting popped differently in here, but like actual things on the back door I felt like popped. Alright, check this out. So you turn this, I just saw it. There you go. See that? There's like a little bit of light bouncing off of that cabinet. There you go. That cabinet on the right, there's light from the ceiling. There's just little touches. You know what? You guys probably want to see some chaos, though, and see some frame rates go down and all that. So let me load up a different save because I don't want the game complaining to me. And then I wonder which save I even want to do. I wish you could rename the saves, is what I wish. Because I don't necessarily know what is what. That's my most recent save. See, it's back in May. Sorry, I'm just mesmerized by the Lindsay Lohan, but I'm actually not mesmerized. Alright, so it's at nighttime. Alright, good. Michael's got some good... And there goes the autosave. Michael's got some good lighting here in front of his house. Okay, so in this garage, Hopefully this will show you the extended distance scaling. No, well, yeah. See how the lighting changed? I don't know. It's not a big deal anymore. I'm kind of over trying to show it, to be honest. It's the AI gaming 1776 curse when it comes to trying to demo certain things. All right, so what we're gonna do is try to get out of here. Yeah, the thing is, I just screw around in this game most of the time. I'm not very far mission-wise. You probably saw that truck in front of this house, so, like, that should be one of your clues. I'm not very far into the game, because I've just been enjoying the city. I've been, like, just exploring it to see what I can learn. Actually, let's drive through Hollywood real quick. Let's try that out. I've shown you, if you just want to, like, if I'm boring you to death and you don't need to see any more, I've shown you the settings, I've shown you daytime, I shot the cops. The only thing I'm trying to do now before I end the video is I am trying to be chaotic. I'm trying to get the frame rate to go down. Basically, like, I'm going to blow stuff up is the plan. Get the cops to come out and see if that, like, slows the game down. That's all I'm trying to do right now. And it may not even happen. Now, I just saw all kinds of shadows and stuff pop in on that video. That's the problem with doing these videos live. Now, what I could do is I want to change cars. I could make the videos, I could, like, play the game and record footage and then talk over it after the fact. But what I'm doing is I'm doing this live, so maybe it'll do what I want it to do, maybe it won't. Maybe I'll get the frame rate to go down, maybe I won't. You know, it's you're going to be surprised right along with me. This is like the old Ford GT, this red, get away dude, this red car here. I liked it at first, but it's it doesn't handle that well, and then, like, there's a supercharger lag. So this lighting looks pretty good, that's why I came over here. It's a little bit underwhelming. Now, I've seen this section in 4K. There's this guy that's got a 4K video out on YouTube of this section, and that video looks really friggin' good. It's one of the best looking gaming videos I've seen in my life. I think it was the first Grand Theft Auto 5 4K video. So look for Grand Theft Auto 5 in 4K. It should be the one with, like, a ton of views because it was the first one, and it's just beautiful. It looks so good it looks fake, because I don't have a 4K screen to watch it on, and it still looks effing incredible, right? It is one of the best looking videos I've ever seen in my life. So I'm just showing you some lighting, and then how many? Oh, all right, this character save has guns. The shotgun is OP, buddy. The shotgun is so OP. All right, I'm going to get the shotgun out when the cops come. The shotgun can, like, one-hit kill, which is super helpful. Because it feels like, you know, this is an assault rifle. It should not take more than one bullet to kill people, but it usually does. It's not right now, but, you know, maybe you can argue that the cops or the bad guys or whatever have armor. But, I gotta make sure I don't get run over and killed right away. Even with the silencer on it, the shotgun is pretty badass. Wow, you can see the blood, dude. So much detail. I'll be honest with you. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this idea? All right. What do you think about a game that's as detailed as Grand Theft Auto, has graphics as good as Grand Theft Auto, but what if it didn't have to be so damn violent? Now, do I mind the violence? No. But don't you think it's time that we start making big budget games that are not violent? And I don't mean it like I'm anti-violence or and I hate violence. So don't freak out on me. I'm just saying, like, look at Hollywood movies, right? Not every big giant blockbuster Hollywood movie has explosions and killing people. Not every really good-looking Hollywood movie has that. Look how far away you can one-shot kill people with that shotgun. That is awesome. I don't know the name of the shotgun. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't get much chaos going, did I? I need like a rocket launcher. Look, the 960 strong, man. The 960 is good looking. I've been talking to you for an hour and talking about how good this damn thing looks. And it seems to hold up frame rate wise. Let me tell you a trick for frame rate real quick, okay? So I made a video on here showing you guys how grass affects the graphics of this game. What did I just do? I showed you how grass affects the graphics. It's one of these videos. It's one of these save files. I'm not sure which one. Where I have this game in the grass. But grass will destroy the frame rate. Even on lower settings. Like if you go into the woods, destroys the frame rate. Alright. I figured out a trick. Now, I didn't really figure it out. I figured it out for this game, sort of. Like, I didn't figure it out. I'm not like the mastermind, alright? But I learned a trick, especially that works with Windows 7, and I'm shocked that the grass isn't killing my frame rate right now. But there is a trick with Windows 7. It works in Assassin's Creed 4, and it works in this game. Where, if you have Windows 7, it might work on Windows 8 too, and you push the window key and the letter L at the same time, window key and letter L, it locks your computer, and then you unlock your computer, all of a sudden, magically, your frame rate stays stable. It works in, it does not work in every game. It works in this game, Grand Theft Auto 5, and it works in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Does not work in every game. But it works. Like, I was getting 30 frames per second in the woods, even with my GTX 970. And when I do that little window lock thing, I get 50 frames per second. Because it's still gonna, it's the woods, and there's all that grass. It's actually, this isn't even the proper, this isn't even the right place to say the woods. This is the mountain. However, with my 970, this spot normally does have lower frame rate. But we're still at 60. I mean, we went down into the 40s, but it's not like 30s. I'm telling you, man, the 960 punches really hard. But it could be that it's just not rendering the grass, right? The game could have just said screw it and decided not to render the grass. Because I don't see a whole bunch of grass right now. There's a hilarious way to fall down here. I forget how to do it. I've done it a couple times. Yeah, is it this? I fell down the hill where like I rolled 30 times. Alright, so let me try to find that save file in the woods so I can show you like when the frame rate goes really bad, and then we'll be done. So this is the 960 video, right, for GTA 5. I've done a thorough GTX 745 video. I've done this video now. I don't know if I've done a thorough one for the 970. If I haven't, I don't really feel the need to be honest. Because these are pretty damn similar settings to the 960. Look how good this game looks. Look at that. I mean, you cannot tell me this isn't beautiful. You cannot sit there and say this doesn't look great. Alright. Let me see. We're not that far from the forest, but let me see. I have a game save. Alright, so we did 3. I feel like we did 4. don't know if we did 5. Let's try that. I'm actually kind of burnt out on the little Lindsay Lohan thing. You know, she sued them, right? Like she said they were trying to use her likeness. I forget how that went. I don't think it went in her favor. No, this is on the rooftop again. Well, let's try. Let's get some wanted stars. Let's get the cops on us, and there goes the autosave. Let's get the cops on us, and then we'll be done. How's that sound, guys? Yeah, this is the 30th PC gaming video that I've made in 5 days. So I'm pretty almost running on fumes. So I apologize. Oh shoot, don't do that. I apologize if this wasn't the absolute best video I've made. I don't think this is a bad video. I mean, like, I've been kind of chatty and maybe a little bit off topic, but I don't think it's a bad video. I think I'm showcasing the game fairly well. And hopefully I've given you guys some kind of insight, some kind of knowledge that maybe you didn't have. Oh, let me turn the sound up so I can do this better. I've been playing with no sound the whole time. See, I got sound in my headphones if I want it. Maybe we can even shoot down the helicopter. Let's try that. It usually comes from over here. But this time it came from over here. Alright. Now, I don't know if it damages graphics cards to set higher settings than you're supposed to. And I've noticed that there will be some, like, what's it called? There's like some glitches and stuff that have shown up using this 960 with it pushed this hard. I've noticed that. And when I've seen people benchmarking graphics cards, I've seen them say that they like pull back once they see the glitching and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if it damages the graphics card or not. You guys let me know what you think. I mean, I hate to say it, but I hope it does not damage the graphics card. But even if it did, I don't know, man. I might do it anyway. I might have the settings up anyway, because I want to enjoy my games. Look, this game holds 60 frames per second. Oh, do I have a med kit? Shit. Sorry for cussing. Do you have med kits in this game? First of all, I don't know how they're hitting me, because they're not up here. There goes another helicopter. Yeah. Oh, is he going down? No, I am. Alright, I'll show you the settings one more time, and then I'll be done. I've probably said more interesting things in videos before. Like I said, I'm kind of on fumes. I've been eating my meals, some of them, while I make these videos. While I'm posting them on YouTube, while I'm making the thumbnails and all that. Because there's a Steam sale going on, and I know a lot of you guys are curious. You see a game on sale, and you're asking yourself, well, is this game going to play on my computer or not? And I try to show that. I try to share this knowledge. And you want to know why? When I first started PC gaming, I found it really hard to find some of this knowledge. Like, people will make all kinds of... here, let me show you the settings. People will make all kinds of, like, Titan X videos or whatever. Even GTX 980 videos. People make all kinds of those. But what happens is, sometimes you can't find the info for the game and the graphics card that you want, right? Or even the questions you might have, because a lot of people tend to just do average frames per second in games. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't think it's that helpful. It's helpful, but it's not helpful enough. You can tell me, if you say, hey man, the GTX 960 gets this many frames per second on average in Grand Theft Auto 5, I'm like, alright, but what about when you go into the woods? Does the frame rate drop? Because guess what, it does. What about when you're in a house? What about when you're on a mission? What about cutscenes? You know, some games, the cutscenes perform differently than the game. Now, I've had games where the game performs quite badly, but the cutscene performs well. I've had games where the game performs well, but the cutscene performs badly. And you never know. You don't know, and a lot of these videos don't cover all that. So hopefully these videos are helpful to you guys. Let me know if you know whether or not doing this to my graphics card is going to break it. You know, like overcharging it, basically having way too many settings turned up for what the card's supposed to be able to do. Having it slated to use 2.4 gigs of VRAM versus the 2. Also, another thing real quick, when I do use MSI Afterburner, it says that I'm using more VRAM than the game says. So the game says up there, video memory 2398 megabytes, right? MSI Afterburner will actually say, no, we're actually using like 2.7 gigabytes. So, keep that in mind, right? So when you're playing this game, if you feel like you set it to only use 1.8 gigs, so you should be good, and the game isn't performing the way you want it to, it's possible that the game is actually using more than what that thing says. See, I think what that thing is telling you is what Rockstar thinks the game should be using, the amount of VRAM they think it should use, but then there's how much it really uses. So there you go. Hopefully this video helped you out in at least some manner. Hopefully you enjoyed the fact that you got to see the demonstration. Hopefully the thoroughness of it was helpful for you, or maybe somewhere in this word salad of a frickin' video that I've made, something I said to you stuck out or was interesting or was helpful. Like I said, I'm on fumes, guys. 30 videos in 5 days, and really I'm probably going to post a few more. I'm trying to get the videos up before the Steam sale's over. I just installed my GTX 960, and this is the first game I've made for the Steam sale. It's 1:30 in the morning right now. I'm probably going to go to sleep, and tomorrow I probably won't have time to make too many videos, but whatever videos I don't have 960 footage for, I'll try to get those up. And I know this is a lot of inside baseball, and like maybe I'm talking way too much, but the thing is I like sharing these videos with you. I like making them for you, and I promise you, I try to make them good. I try to make them helpful. I even try to make the thumbnail a good thumbnail for when you're searching, because like if you just use whatever thumbnail YouTube gives you, sometimes they're not so good. And like it's confusing. Like you look at the thumbnail and you can't really tell what's going on in that picture. So I try to be thorough. And right now, I probably was way too talkative and too off topic, and I apologize for that. But I have a good audience. I really do. You guys have left me some fantastic comments, some great feedback. There's been a lot of love and respect on this channel, and I appreciate that. As corny as it sounds, again, I was in the military. I've done the whole Mr. Tough Guy thing. I've done the try to be cool thing or whatever. But I try with my YouTube channel, and I don't just do video games. I don't just do graphics cards. I've got stuff for vacuum cleaners. My video with 50,000 views, that's a vacuum cleaner video. Yeah, a vacuum cleaner. So the purpose of this channel is not for me to be all cool or clever or whatever. The purpose is to try to share useful information with other human beings on the planet via the internet. And I'm happy to do it. So that's my goal. That's what I'm going for. And at the risk of sounding corny, I want positivity, man. Like, I've noticed that we've kind of gotten negative in the world a little bit, and I just want to see some positivity. And so I try to contribute some. It's one of those things where, like, you get what you give. Anyway, you guys are an awesome audience. That was kind of the point. You guys have really responded well to my videos. You have said wonderful things to me, and I appreciate it. Now, some of you have told me when I'm dumb, and believe me, I'm aware of my dumbness. I'm aware of the fact that I've babbled in this video. I'm aware that sometimes I get things wrong in videos. So, yeah, I know I can be dumb. But for the most part, you guys have been awesome. So thank you for the love. Thank you for the kindness. Thank you for the support. Thank you for watching these videos. This video is 1 hour and 6 minutes when it's going to be done. It's 1 hour and 5.5 right now. And you guys sat through all of it. So thank you. I love it. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. This has been AI Gaming 1776. Y'all have a fantastic day, fantastic night, fantastic weekend.